let's look at how we sketch linear graphs using the gradient and intercept method. We need to follow a few steps. From the equation, we need to identify the gradient and the y-intercept. So in our worked example 13, that's our equation. We need to identify the gradient and the y-intercept. The gradient of this line is 2, remembering the gradient is the thing in front of the x. The y-intercept of this line is 1, the y-intercept being the thing added or subtracted from the x term. Okay, once we have identified this, we need to plot 2 points. The first point that we plot is the y-intercept. So this has already been done down here. That is the first point that we plot. The y-intercept is 1, so we put a dot where the y-intercept is 1, where this line is going to cross the y-axis. To locate the second point, we begin with this first point and we move up or down the number of units suggested by the rise, and then we move across the number suggested by the run. So remember, if a gradient of 2 is 2, that's the same as saying 2 over 1. And this is equivalent to the rise over the run. So from this point here, we rise up 2, 1, 2, and from there we run across 1. So in the other way is we've run across 1, and we've risen up 2, and that's where we put our second dot. And then we join these dots by a straight line, which we've already done there in red, and then we need to label your graph, which has been done here, y equals 2x plus 1. So from our equation, we identify the gradient, we identify the y-intercept. First point that we plot is the y-intercept, so that one goes on first, and then we do our rise over run to get to our second point and join those two lines.